In May 1923, the world witnessed the birth of a legend, the 24-hour endurance race at Le Mans. Picture this: 33 cars lined up, with French teams like Chenard-Walcker and Lorraine-Dietrich dominating the field, and a lone British Bentley daring to compete. As the rain poured and darkness fell, drivers battled not just their rivals, but exhaustion itself. After a grueling 24 hours, it was André Lagache and René Léonard who emerged victorious, covering an astonishing 2,209 kilometers. This was more than a race. It was the dawn of a new era in motorsport, where endurance and strategy reigned supreme. Nightfall, France was ready to defend its honor at Le Mans, but Bentley had other plans. They returned not just to compete, but to conquer. John Duff and Frank Clement were behind the wheel, battling fierce competitors like the Lorraine-Dietrichs, and strategy reigned supreme. Nightfall, France was ready to defend its honor at Le Mans, but Bentley had other plans. They returned not just to compete, but to conquer. John Duff and Frank Clement were behind the wheel, battling fierce competitors like the Lorraine-Dietrichs, marking the first British win at Le Mans. The French crowd was stunned, and Bentley was catapulted into the spotlight. In 1925, the race transformed the world of speed. For the first time, a car crossed the 100 km/h average speed barrier, thanks to the remarkable Lorraine-Dietrich. While Bentley made a comeback, their reliability issues forced them to drop out mid-race. But it was Gérard de Courcelles and André Rossignol in that Lorraine-Dietrich who took the victory, proving that endurance and speed could truly coexist. This race wasn't just about crossing the finish line. It was a bold statement that the limits of speed were meant to be shattered. Bentley rolled into Le Mans with high hopes and 3 sleek cars, all aiming for redemption after a rocky past. But fate had other plans. One by one, they faltered, succumbing to the unforgiving demands of the race. Meanwhile, Lorraine-Dietrich was on a roll, with drivers Rossignol and Robert Bloch pushing their limits and clinching victory, covering nearly 2,050 kilometers. It was a brutal reminder that Le Mans doesn't care about reputation or ambition. It's a ruthless battleground where even the best can stumble. Preparation is everything, and that year it was clear. Without it, even the mightiest can fall short. The race is as much about endurance as it is about speed, and in the end, only the well-prepared emerge victorious. In 1928, America made a bold statement in the world of racing. Chrysler and Stutz crossed the Atlantic, ready to prove Detroit could endure a grueling 24-hour race in France. The Stutz Black Hawk, driven by Edouard Brisson and Robert Bloch, led the pack through the night, battling Europe's finest. But as heavy rain turned the track into a muddy nightmare, the relentless conditions tested every brake and engine. At dawn, mechanical issues slowed the Stutz just enough for Wolf Barnato and Bernard Rubin in their 4.5-liter Your Bentley to surge ahead. They crossed the finish line first, claiming victory for Europe. But Stutz's strong second place showed that America was ready to challenge the old guard. By 1990, Le Mans had become the ultimate proving ground for automotive giants. Picture this: Chrysler, Stutz, and top European teams all vying for glory, their faster, tougher cars ready to roar. A staggering crowd of 80,000 spectators gathered, their excitement palpable as the race kicked off into the night. Headlights flickered like stars, and the tension was electric. At the forefront of this epic battle were Wolf Barnato and Sir Henry "Tim" Birkin, teaming up in the legendary Bentley Speed 6. They faced relentless challenges. Fatigue gnawed at them, tire blowouts threatened their lead, and the fierce competition from American teams like Stutz and Chrysler loomed large. As dawn broke, the drivers swapped places and mechanics worked like clockwork, changing wheels in mere minutes. The atmosphere was charged with adrenaline and determination. With every lap, Barnato and Birkin pushed their limits, battling not just their rivals but the very elements of endurance racing. When the final hour arrived, they crossed the finish line first, shattering records with over 2,844 kilometers covered at an astonishing average speed of 73 mph. This was a feat unheard of for the time, a true testament to their skill and the engineering prowess of Bentley. Meanwhile, Chrysler's teams, despite finishing 6th and 7th, earned immense respect for their grit and tenacity. Le Mans had solidified its status as a global battleground, a stage where legends were born and the spirit of competition thrived.